Thanks, Justin. And Congressman Sean Duffy is here with us this morning. He's in town hosting a few weekend events.
We're going to talk about those in just a bit, but we do have a few governmental things we want to talk about first. We're going to start off with the budget. The deadline for an agreement is just a week away. Congressman Paul Ryan, Senator Patty Murray are working toward a deal on this, but we're also hearing reports of a temporary funding bill that could go before the House next week to prevent another shutdown. Is that something that you would go for?
So two things. That's right. The House and the Senate are both negotiating right now, trying to work out a deal before next Thursday or Friday. I'm very heartened that conversation's going on and it's going well. I hope that we work out an agreement. Number one, but if we don't, I think you'll see the House pass a shorter-term funding bill. We don't want to see the government shut down. That's bad for America. It's bad for our economy. It's bad for jobs. So we want to find a deal that actually works for everybody. Hopefully, it'll be a bipartisan agreement with the House and the Senate.
Now, House Minority Whip Steny Hoyer said earlier this week that a short-term bill would actually undermine lawmakers' responsibility of running the government productively. Your response to that?
Well, listen, I think we should go through the regular order, the regular process, which is a budget and appropriations, and that's what the Senate and the House are working on right now. But if we can't find that agreement, the alternative is shut the government down or have a short-term funding bill. I'll go with a short-term funding bill. I don't want to see the government shut down. But again, I think it's important that we start working together, and that's happening right now. Patty Murray from the Senate, Paul Ryan from Wisconsin in the House are doing that negotiation. They're keeping it very close to their chest. I'm on the Budget Committee. They're not sharing kind of the internal details of that conversation, but I am hopeful.
Something else a lot of people are talking about, the fast food workers protesting. They're wanting minimum wage raised to about $15 an hour. We had protests here in our area. This is video of the protests in Wausau yesterday. The president says he supports raising the minimum wage and says the income gap between America's rich and poor is threatening the nation's middle class. Do you see the minimum wage being raised, and do you think it'll hit $15 if it does?
Well, I don't know that it's going to get to $15, but I'll say this. I don't know about you guys. I started off in a minimum wage job. I'm sure you guys did as well. Almost everybody starts in a minimum wage job, learning skills, but that's not the end. That's the starting point, and you begin to move up that economic ladder. I think that's really important. There's some who go out there and say, this is all you're ever going to make. This is the only position, the only job you're ever going to have. It's important to note that let's get skills, let's learn, and then let's get into a better paying job, and that's one of the things that we're doing on Monday. We have a job fair, and even for those who are out protesting, if they want a better paying job and they have skills that can get them a better paying job, come on Monday to our job fair, which is going to be held here in Wausau. We have a number of different jobs, whether it's in healthcare, nurses, the banking, finance industry, insurance, manufacturing. There's a whole slew of jobs that we have that I think these folks can go, listen, I don't like this paying job in the food industry. Let's go get a better paying job. Come to the job fair and check that out.
Why is this job fair something that you are associating yourself with?
Listen, what I do is I hear so many people say, listen, I'm not having an opportunity to go out and get a new, better paying job. And then I hear employers say, I can't find good skilled labor to fill the spots that I have open. And I think I can partake in trying to marry the two up. Those who are looking for jobs and those who are looking for employees, we can bring them together. And that's going to happen this Monday right here in Wausau at the Marathon County campus from 9 until 2. Come on down, look for all the opportunities, and listen, even if you go, I'm not sure what I want to do, I might be in high school, haven't picked a career yet, come down and see all the opportunities that are available and look at where you might want to go and get some training that will lead to a good career opportunity for you in central Wisconsin in the next year or two.
Okay. And you're also in town not just for the job fair, you're in town for a veteran history project, which is perfect timing as we mark the anniversary of Pearl Harbor. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so that's going to be today. What we have is all these great World War II, Korean, Vietnam veterans who have amazing stories about their participation in our American wars. But we're not getting those stories. So what we're doing is, and this is a national movement, Congress is helping with it, the Library of Congress, is we want to train volunteers to go out in our community and video record these stories of our veterans so we can collect them, keep them, not just for our current generation, but to look out 2, 3, 4 generations away. I always think, wouldn't it be amazing to hear the real stories of Revolutionary War veterans or Civil War veterans, if you had that on tape? This is what we want to make sure we have, these stories of these great American heroes, these veterans, who oftentimes it's so painful to talk about these stories. But if you go ask them, I think for posterity, they'll share those amazing stories that they have from their time in conflict. And there's a lot for us to learn from that, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But we need help from the community. So we're going to be training today so we can get these recorded and stored at the Library of Congress so they can be searched, preserved, people can access them. We're going to do it at the Marathon County Historical Society. That's 410 McIndoe Street. It's going to start today at 8 o'clock. So if you're willing and want to get interested, come on down. We'll do the training. And you can help us reach out, whether it's a veteran who's a next door neighbor, a family member. Let's get their story and preserve it.
And you'll be indoors.
Because it is cold.
You're not going outside.
All right. Well, we appreciate your time.